Hello everybody. In this video, let us learn how to set up a CloudSim environment in your PC. So for that, first make sure you have Java PC. So that you can make sure by means of checking for JDK or it can be JRE. So get into C drive, and either it can be 64-bit machine or 32-bit machine. So inside the Java, check for availability of JDK. If it is not available, get into the go to Google and type download Java or JDK. Type JDK download and just type that for Windows, right? Because I'm checking, I'm showing for Windows. You can also check with the other operating systems also. Okay, get into this and download for which window, whether you need for Linux, Mac, or Windows. Download the respective package of your JDK. Once after you make sure that your system has a JDK, then you need to download the IDE. Which IDE will be using in the sense, let us think of Eclipse. So again, as usual, get into the Google and download Eclipse. Download, and whenever whenever I get into the Eclipse download, so as it has a list of versions, so you can think of downloading directly here itself. So if you want with very recent version, if not, go to this download packages where you can see the different packages for the different purposes. In that you can select which you want, whether you need only the Java, Eclipse IDE only for Java developers, for Windows, Mac, or it can be Linux in a similar way. Based on the different requirements, you can download the different versions of your Eclipse, right? If not, normally you can download the current version itself, right? So in that way, download the Eclipse into your system. So that's what second thing. The next is that let us download the CloudSim environment. So how to download? Again, get into the Google, go to Google and give CloudSim download. If you give CloudSim download, you have two options. One is by using this GitHub, right? You can directly get it from this GitHub. So let me open for your sake. So you can directly download this CloudSim from the GitHub, which is available here. Even you can see that the current version is 5, 4, even older versions 3, like that. Even as I mentioned, there are two options. One is this by using GitHub. Otherwise, the originator of this CloudSim, which is the CloudBus Labs, right? So get into this Clouds Lab, but when you get for cloud computing and distributed systems lab, which is there at Melbourne, they are the further of inventors of this CloudSim, which actually created, right? In that also you can get into this link. You can see download link. So here also you can see the say it will redirect you to the GitHub itself. When you click on this, it will also redirect to the GitHub. So only I told you directly get into the GitHub link where from where you can download the CloudSim. As I mentioned, you have the options, versions, CloudSim 5.04, but today I'll be showing you about the CloudSim 3.03. Okay, click on this CloudSim 3.03 where it will take you guys to this, right? And from this, I want you to download this CloudSim 3.03 zip, a tar zip, which will be there for your Linux environment. But as I mentioned, today I'll be showing you for the Windows platform. As I will be showing you for the Windows platform, so download this CloudSim 3.03 zip, right? So by now, three things we made sure. One is making sure JDK is available. Next is we downloaded the Eclipse, and third we downloaded the CloudSim. Once after you download the CloudSim, so then it is not only the CloudSim packages which are required. You also need one additional package to run the CloudSim program. Common package, so that also you will have to download. So again, as usual, get into Google and type it commons math download, right? So that is from the Apache, you can observe. So you'll be downloading this commons math, so which is from the Apache, right? It is what commons.apache.org. Get into that So when you get into that, so where you can see the binary part. So do not download the sources. We don't need the source of that. We just need the binary files of the commons malware. Again, under which you like find the bin.tar.gz, which is for Linux, whereas for your Windows you just download this commons math 361 bin.zip. So like that. So to be downloaded this, which is Eclipse, CloudSim, and the commons math. Once after you download all the three, for suppose now all those three, yeah, all those three had kept here, which is Eclipse, CloudSim 3.03, and also commons math. Right now, so what I will be doing in the sense from this, once after I downloaded, let me extract those folders. Let me extract CloudSim 3.03. Let me extract here in the same way. Let me extract this CloudSim, commons math 3.361 as well. Because why I'm extracting commons math 361 in the sense, it has a couple of other packages also which are not required to us. So in that reason, for that reason, so I'm extracting and I'll be using only what is required, right? So yeah, now you can see. So this is what, yeah. So Eclipse is ready. So commons math is ready. It is under ready. Okay, so CloudSim is also ready. So once after all the extraction is done, then only we can step into the next step, right? So what I did, I downloaded these three and I'm extract all the files. Fine. So now I'm done with extracting the commons math and CloudSim also. As soon as you extract CloudSim, you can observe. So you'll be having these different folders like related to doc, cloud examples, jar sources like that. In the similar way, when you extract the commerce math, so like this there will be a couple of other packages, but as I mentioned, we need only this commerce math 361 itself. We don't need sources, java test, all those we don't require. We need only this. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this and put it here. Okay, so in that way you can observe. So under this CloudSim 3.03, so there are the jar files like this. There will be four jar files defaultly will come with the CloudSim package itself with these four jar files. Okay, with these four jar files, whatever it is listed out, right? So with this jar files, whatever is listed out, which is CloudSim 3.03 sources, examples dot source sources. With that, we need one more additional package, which is the jar file. In the sense is this commons math 361. How did we download? It is from this we downloaded and we extracted only that required one. Okay, so as of now I'll just delete it, which is I don't need it. Now let us once after all the packages are extracted, now let me launch the Eclipse. So how to launch it? So I'll just get into the Eclipse folder, and this is where application file, whatever you can see, that I'll just double click. So whenever I launch the Eclipse, right, whenever I launch the Eclipse, so it will ask you the workspace. For workspace, also call it as workbench as well, right? So whenever you, now you can see it is asking for the workspace. So as of now I'd given, let me give us something, today's date itself 12. So that like this you can give any kind of name for the workspace. So I'll also show you so where this workspace, right? I'll right after I give the path for the workspace, I'll just go for launch. Now the Eclipse is under launching the workbench in the workspace, whatever you have mentioned. For your information, where is that workspace in the sense? However, it is in the C drive, users, the username, under which there is a Eclipse workspace. You can observe Eclipse workspace. Inside that, this is what the workspace what I just created, which is 12/4, because today's date. You can give any name as a workspace name, right? So this is the name of the workspace, whatever we have created just now, right? So as soon as you launch your workspace, which is Eclipse, you can see like this. Okay, I don't need this, so I'll just close this. And so as soon as I get this as a home page of your Eclipse. So first let us so what till where we did. So we are done with the giving the paths, and then we are launched the workspace or Eclipse successfully. Now first step, creating project. So now you need to create a project. How to create a project? Now let us see. So how to create a project in the sense, go to file, follow the normal procedure itself, go to file, new, and select Java project, because after all we are doing the or working with the Java project itself. I said file, a new, right? So once after we go to the Java project, here you can provide any name. Okay, as of now let me give it as NCG as the name of the project, right? So I'll give the name of the project as what, NCG. Then later, very importantly, once after this is what is this name? NCG, it is the name of project. Given the name of the project as what, NCG. Then very important point is that providing the default location. Do not ever leave this default location, because default location is taking you to the workspace, where in that workspace there is what the do not leave the default workspace default location like this, because so it is taking you to the workspace which is Eclipse workspace, whereas inside that Eclipse workspace the CloudSim is not available. So you'll have to provide the path to the Eclipse. Where is my Eclipse then? Sorry, you have to provide the path to the CloudSim. Where is my CloudSim then? So as it is there, the D drive, a Cloud Lab, CloudSim Lab. Inside that is a CloudSim 3.03. So this path I have to mention. This path I have to mention here. So I'll not use the default location. So I'll go to browse. I'll go to D drive, Cloud Lab, CloudSim again, under which I'll select CloudSim 3.03, and this is what I'll be choosing. Now you can observe this is what the path. This is the path where the CloudSim is available. So I should not only end up with only giving the name, I should also set the path. So which path you have to set? Path for path of folder where, or path of CloudSim folder where the CloudSim is stored. That you have to mention without fail. So this is where you have to specify the path. Then later I'll go to next. Okay, I'll click at next button. As soon as I click at next button, even if you without clicking next button, if you clicked and finished directly also, there is a provision. I'll tell you what is that provision. Now you see, so what I did, I clicked next button. So the project is created with the name of NCG. Inside that example sources docs, because what are these, if you ask me, what are these things, in the sense, as you are given the path to this, in the sense, all these whatever there in the CloudSim package, what are all the things are there in the CloudSim folder, all those things are being attached to your project, which is NCG. And where is this NCG? It is there in the, I mean say, where is that NCG? It is there in the workspace, for which you attach to the all the packages, all the folders of all present in the CloudSim folder. Now in that, select library. So after you give the path, you click on that next, and you have to go to the libraries. Go to the libraries is here. Go to libraries. Now you see only there are these 4 jar files which are attached. Which are those jar files? Which are those jar files means these are the 4 jar files are attached here. As I mentioned at the beginning itself, with those jar files you need the commons my jar also. Okay, you need the commands match jar also. So how to get it? So click at class path, and I'll go for add external jars. I'll go for the option as what, add external jars. So i'll I'll go to libraries. Under the libraries, I have to go for add external jar files. To add external jar files. As soon as I get into that, you will get this option. Where is that jar file? Which jar file I'm talking about? Which which is this commons math. Where is that commons math? It is there in this path: D drive, cloud lab, cloud sim lab, is it not? So cloud lab, cloud sim lab, and here it is the path, which is which one? It is the commons math 361. So I have to select that. So by using this add external jars, I have to go to the path where this package is available. Select this, select the jar file. Which jar file? It is the commons math jar file. So I have selected. So now you can see there are totally 5 jar files are there. Once after I am done with attaching all the jar files, now I'll go for finish. Okay, now I'll go for finish. For finishing some of your Eclipse IDEs, this creating a module information you will not get in all the kind of Eclipse. So in some of the Eclipse you will get it, but go for the option do not create a separate module. Do not create a separate. It is not required. It's of simply waste of space and running time, right? It's a waste of space and running time. So do not create a separate module. So we are done with the creating a project. So now here you can see a project is created, wherein so all the packages are here. You can see the jar files, so everything is here, right? So now you can click on examples, you can click on this examples, see the example code, which will whatever it is there already available here, which you can see here, and you can run it. How to run it? So you will have to go for the option here, either right click on your program file, right click on your program file, go for run as Java application, go for Java run as Java application and execute the program. So that's the one option where you can right click on your project and go for the run as Java application. Otherwise you can also run in the other way. Now the running process is happening, so it is taking time. You can observe whenever you launch the Eclipse for the first time, whenever you run the program for the first time in the Eclipse platform, so it will take a couple of minutes, but it will not be the same case for again and again when you run. As I mentioned, you can either you right click on this and go for run as a Java application. Otherwise, you here also you can click here and go for run as Java application. So please do not click directly on the run example, because if you directly click on the run button, it may sometimes it may also take you to the Apache case, where this is not Apache program. This is the simple Java program. So you may not, you may end up with the errors. So only choose the option as run as Java application, right? So in this way you can run any experiment or any program on the CloudSim platform. So that is what the creating a Java project and then will be running. As I mentioned, you have to go for run as Java application. Now let me also throw some light on the different aspect that, so I don't want to use the example programs which are available here. If I want to create an exam any program of my own, so in that case what to do? So project is anyhow it's created. Now I want to create a separate program. So you can observe the whatever the program is available in this, I just executed, and also I'm getting the output here. Now I'm talking about if suppose I don't want to follow this program, I want to create my own program. In that case, what to do? In the sense, as usual, you need to create the class file. Create the class file. How to create the class file and where can you create? In the sense, here you can observe these are all the different programs which are already available, which is the Java programs which are already available. With this, if I want to create your own program or your own class file, how to do that? In the sense, right click on your project, go to new and class. I repeat, right click on your project, go to new and class, right? So what did I mention? So go to right click on project. So there you will have to provide the name of the class. Here you have to provide name of class, right? So here, just for your sake, let me give something called xyz. Anything you can make it out. You can just as an example case, I'm giving xyz, and I'll just say finish. As soon as I create a class file, now here one more thing you can observe here. I just created the class file. While creating a class file, I did not mention any package, so it is under the default package. I repeat, it is under the default package because while creating the class file, I did not mention the package. For suppose if you want it to be a separate package, as usual, right click on your project, go to new and class, and here as usual will be giving the name of the file, name of the class file, and this is where if you just give something like pqrs, something as a package name of your own, because you can build your own package and make it to be a public, right? So here you are building the or providing the name of the package and finish. Now here you can observe this is what the pqrs is, a package name. Inside that there is a java file which is abc.java. Like this you can, it is not only you can execute the class files which are already available or a program files which are already available, you can also create your own program files. And while creating, if you mention the job package name, you can create a separate package like this. If not, if you do not mention the package name, it will be under the default package. No need to worry. Even if it is under Java default package also, you can type the program, run the program, and get the output, which will never affect, right? So this is all about the introductory part of how to set up the cloud sim and how to run the sample programs in the cloud sim. Thank you.